Hello everyone, welcome back to another Doctor Who collection update, showing you all the lovely bits of Doctor Who merchandise I've picked up from when my last collection update ended to the end of September. Now this collection update, we've got all manner of Doctor Who merchandise. We've got practically all the Doctor Who bit of merch I get, whether it be books, still books, Big Finish of course, and something a little bit of a bonus within this one, which is of course, I'll be talking a little bit about the Collector Mania Showmasters event in Birmingham, as I met some Doctor Who actors there, and I'll be covering that in this collection update. So yeah, it's kind of a 2-for-1, a collection update and a little talk about the Showmasters Collector Mania in Birmingham. So without further ado, let's begin this collection update with some merch. Huzzah! First item for this collection update is the Abominable Snowmen Steelbook, which is a very gorgeous steelbook, and it is the last of the animation line. So far in its current form, I do believe we will get more animations in the future. That's just a gut feeling, you know, because it would just be a shame just to stop now. And of course, with the rumours of a Celestial Toymaker coming back, you know, maybe we could get an animation of that next year. That would be cool. But for now, of the current run of animations, this is the last one, and I'm super happy to have it because this is a story I've been obsessed with ever since I first heard about it, and it's great to finally have the two Yeti stories on our shelves. And it's nice that the steelbook mimics the Web of Fear steelbook with the Yeti there and the TARDIS, and it's great to finally have the actual stories instead of listening to these Yeti Attack, which, you know, good box set, but I'm glad to have these been actually able to watch the animations. Great, me and Luke have done a tier list on all the animations that have been done. I'll leave a link in the description below to that, so if you want to check out our thoughts on all the Doctor animations so far, then you can check out that. So that is the first item, the Abominable Snowmen Steelbook. Continuing the second Doctor theme, we have the Colony of Lies. Now this is the only thing I picked up at Birmingham Collector Mania, whatever Showmasters thing. This was at the Phantom stall, and I picked up for 20 quid, which I thought was a good price for this book. I think this is one of the harder to get books, and it is a multi-Doctor story. It is the second Doctor, and I think who else is in it? Second Doctor, who's it? Second Doctor Zoe and Jamie, and the seventh Doctor and Ace. So it's very exciting to give that one a read eventually. It's the first PDA book I've bought in a long time, and I saw it there and I was like, you know what, let's get it. And it's in very good condition, no crease on the spine, so I thought I'd pick that up, and I'm very happy to have it. You know, it's one PDA less to get. I think I'm only missing like 15, I think, or 10 PDAs before I get the complete collection, and then I've got to start reading them is another matter. But for now, I'm glad to have the Colony of Lies in the collection. It'd be interesting to see how the 7th Doctor fits in with this story. So speaking of Collector Mania, should we talk about that, shall we? Right, let's talk about Collector Mania, which happened on the 3rd and 4th of September. Yeah, this was the first convention I've been to since COVID, so I was like, okay, let's give it a go. Let's dip my toe back into the world of conventions. As there was quite a few Doctor Who guests I wanted to meet, mainly people in the current era. Maybe by the time this video goes out, they won't be part of the current era. So I thought it'd be great to meet some of these people. So the first person I met at the event was Sacha Dhawan, the Master. Oh yes, there he is. I really do like Sacha Dhawan's Master, and it was lovely to meet him. So there's the photo with me and Sacha Dhawan, very cool. I'll just pop that there, and of course I did get his autograph, which is there. Sacha, to Ben, best wishes, Sacha Dhawan, the Master. I always love it when the sort of actors sign their character name. It just, yeah, makes me very happy. But it was great talking to Sacha Dhawan, talking about his Big Finish stuff, how he's excited, and I don't believe any scripts have been made for them when I met him. But yeah, he's very excited to record those, and I'm very excited to see what he does in the Centenary special. The next person I met, and was the main attraction to going to this event, was the current Doctor, Jodie Whittaker. There she is, look at her, the 13th Doctor. It was so good to meet Jodie Whittaker. It's always good to tick a Doctor off the list. I've now met Doctors 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13, and David Warner, and another Doctor on this list, and David Bradley as well. So it was great to tick Jodie off the list, and there she is, yeah, doing the good old Doctor pose there. Lovely. It was great to meet Jodie. I did get Jodie's autograph, but she wasn't doing personalisations, which was a bit of a shame. But yeah, nice to have Jodie's autograph in the autograph collection there. So Jodie Whittaker heart. So yeah, very nice to meet Jodie. And it was nice to meet Jodie while she is still the Doctor. And that's the first time that has happened. So we'll put Jodie there. There we go. And we'll put Sasha there. There we go. Very nice. So the last person I met at the convention was somebody who took the internet by storm in the Doctor Who fandom, and people fell in love with the character, and I myself am included within this. It was Jo Martin's fugitive Doctor. Look at her there, looking very badass. Yeah, it was great to meet Jo Martin. I attended her talk, which was very cool, and the Sylvester McCoy talk was great fun as well. Just having him wandering around the audience, you know, answering people's questions, so that was lovely. So there's me and the lovely fugitive Doctor, and of course I did get Jo Martin's autograph as well, because, you know, it'd be rude not to since you're there. So there you are, to Ben Jo Martin. There we go. I love that poster, photo of Jo Martin. It's very cool. And yeah, love Jo Martin's Doctor. She hasn't recorded any Big Finish yet. It was very much the same situation as the Sacha Dhawan thing. But yeah, it's nice to know that these two characters, the Master and the fugitive Doctor, have got life beyond the screen, and I'm very excited to hear the Jo Martin Big Finish stuff when it eventually happens and drops. But yeah, very cool. That was Birmingham Comic Con. It was lovely to meet those people in the current era of the show. Time this video goes out, like I say, they might not be it, but it was lovely to meet them while they are technically. The main bulk of this collection update is, of course, Big Finish. So the first Big Finish I'm going to show in this collection update is the 9th Doctor Adventures, the second volume and the second series of 9th Doctor Adventures. Bit of a mouthful. It is Into the Stars, containing Salvation 9 featuring the Sontarans, which is a good little fun story, probably the highlight of the box set for many people. Then we have The Last of the Zek Team, where we have Maureen O'Brien voicing all manner of characters, and we have Break the Ice, which is a 9th Doctor Christmas special. I've done a review on this box set, so you can check out my thoughts on that set in the Big Finish review playlist I've got, and I'll leave a link below to that so you can check out that if you want to. So yeah, I will say I do prefer Back to Earth, but you know, still a solid set overall. The next Big Finish set I'm going to show you is the 6th Doctor Adventures, Purity Undreamed, the second story in the sort of Hebe adventures, which I think Hebe very much takes sort of a backseat within this. I mean, the ending's very interesting for Hebe's character, and there is sort of this sort of very much sets up the arc of where the 6th Doctor Adventures are going. The title of this box set may not make much sense, but when you listen to it and it makes perfect sense, you think that's a real clever title for this box set. But I have to say I do prefer this to Waterworld. I think Waterworld sort of got sort of bogged down by the title of the set being set on water planets and involving water, which was alright. But yeah, I will say that the 6th Doctor stuff this year in terms of the relaunch has been the weakest of the bunch. I think me and Luke are going to be doing a video talking about the 6th Doctor on Big Finish as a whole, and we're going to be discussing the Hebe stuff more in depth within that, so stay tuned for that. The next Big Finish I'm going to show in this collection update is the Diary of River Song, 2 Rivers and a Firewall, featuring River and Autons, which is very exciting, and a character from Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. I think, is it the other Dave? I think it is Other Dave. It's been a while since I've watched that 2-parter. I have not listened to this at all. It's on the list. It's on the pile to be listened to. But yeah, I've heard good things about this set. I look forward to giving it a go eventually, because I do enjoy the River stuff. So it'd be nice to give that a go. I'm very excited for the Tim Foley set out in January, because that seems very cool. It seems like Old Lang Syne, but make it a big 4-hour story. So it'll be very interesting. Old Lang Syne, very good story. Another highlight in the September catalogue, well, we're moving into September Big Finish now, we have 10th Doctor Classic Companions, the last David Tennant lockdown release to be released. Yeah, this is a very interesting set. I've not finished it yet. I've just got the Axos story to go. I will be doing a review on this. Splinters is a great little story, nice sort of mix of folklore and a real clever twist involving sort of Leela and how it uses the secondary console room in a sort of a Grimm's fairy tale way is beautiful. And I'm just currently finished Stuntman, which was, yeah, it's okay. But I'm very excited to listen to the Ace and Axos story, which I've sort of been saving for just before The Power of the Doctor. So I think that'd be a cool thing to listen to just before that airs. But yeah, I've got to say this cover art definitely looks better in person, because it's got more of sort of a black border around, so it doesn't look as bad as it does on the website. But yeah, it blends in nicely with your other 10th Doctor audios, and yeah, that's one good thing to come out of lockdown. Always lovely 10th Doctor adventures. What makes me feel like a big kid, because you know he is the face of my childhood. So I was very happy to have this, and just having the 10th Doctor and K9, oh, utter joy indeed. The next set is the Doctor of War Destiny, the final in the Doctor of War series. Pretty interesting box set, I'll be honest. Yeah, we get an alternative sort of Face of Evil, which has similar beats to Face of Evil, but it's sort of completely different at the same time, which is good. The second story, which is the second story, Time Killers, that's okay. And then the Key to Time, which was very good by Tim Foley. Great way to end this box set, and yeah, overall an interesting series. I would like to do a video dedicated to the Doctor of War stuff. So that's something I'd like to do in the future, discussing this range as a whole, overviewing it, and maybe talk about some other Unbound stories as well. But yeah, the final few big finishes now. We have one of my favourite releases of the year so far. It is the 5th Doctor Adventures, Auton Infinity 42. Now this is a 6-part epic by Tim Foley, featuring the Autons, Anthony Ainley's mastering a full story, Chameleon. This really does feel like a celebration of the 5th Doctor era and how it links back to 40, which you don't really need to listen to, but it's great how that sort of everything comes together and links. It has so many twists and turns. It's one of those releases you can't really talk about without spoiling, but my goodness, this is one of my favourite releases, and just proves why Tim Foley is probably my favourite Big Finish writer at the current moment in time. It is just tremendous. It's a chunky 6-parter. Most parts are like 34 minutes, so you're really getting your money's worth out of it. It's a great celebration of not only the 5th Doctor, but Doctor Who in general. It has a nice sort of 5 Doctors feel, cosy feel to it, which, everybody loves the 5 Doctors, and this has a very much similar feel, how it explores the Nestines, exploring more of their lore. It's really great stuff, and the more I talk about it, the more I'm likely to spoil it, and I don't want to spoil it, because I think that this one is a must check out. Highly recommend it. So yeah, 5th Doctor 40 to Auton Infinity, definitely worth your time. Now, Big Finish did a sale on the Bernie Summerfield stuff, so I picked up the Adventures of Diogenes Damsel, which features David Warner not as the Unbound Doctor, but as Myncroft Holmes. And I love David Warner, I love Lisa Bauman. I thought it'd be quite interesting to see this sort of pair together, but not be the character sort of dynamic we all know. So I thought I'd give that a go. I've not listened to it yet, and it's the latest Bernie one I've got, because this is 9.3 in the individual Benny stuff. But yeah, I look forward to giving that a listen to at some point. Speaking of David Warner, I did pick up another David Warner themed release, which was Shilling and Sixpence, which is a Big Finish original that was on sale, and I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go. Speaking of David Warner, I did pick up another David Warner themed release, which is The Adventures of Bernie Summerfield, Volume 7, Blood and Steel. Now this is possibly the last Unbound and Benny box set together, so it feels very bittersweet, because sadly David Warner is no longer with us. But my goodness, what a set of stories to go out. This, again, is one of my favourite releases of this year, and definitely is in my top 3 of the year so far. If I was to do a top 10 Big Finish releases of 2022, this is probably number 3, possibly number 2. I really did enjoy this. There's a nice sort of doom-ridden atmosphere to it, how the Nazis and the Cybermen sort of parallels are used within it are great. David Warner gives such a fantastic performance. The last episode is so sick and twisted, because it's not a typical Doctor Who sort of story. You can push the more horror elements of the Cybermen further. It's great. I really do enjoy this set, and I think the physical product is really great. You can see the spine of the box set there. Yeah, and you get extra artwork with this one. If you get the CD, if the CD's gonna come out of its case, its slipcase, which you don't get on the download, so it pays to get physical. because you get this artwork, which is of course the main cover, but if I remove that, you get the Bernie Summerfield one there, and then we have the Unbound Doctor, and then we have our Cybermen there, which is cool. So yeah, nice little touch to have that. So yeah, like I said, great to have the physical copy of that, to have the extra artwork, but my goodness, what a box set. It feels very bittersweet. Yeah, one of the best releases of Big Finish in a long time. I had such fun listening to it, and I just didn't want it to end because it was such a great set. Nice bits of humour to sort of balance the sort of more doom-ridden tone of this set. But yeah, really great set, and yeah, I love David Warner's Unbound Doctor, and this just cemented to me that he is one of the greats to be the Doctor. So that is the Big Finish. So there we have it. That is my September collection update for 2022. Hopefully you've enjoyed this collection update, showing you all the lovely Doctor Who merchandise I've picked up and talking a little bit about Collector Mania. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do like and subscribe for plenty more Doctor Who related content coming up in the near future, like the Regeneration Marathon series in December, where me and Luke will be marathoning all the Doctor Who Regeneration stories from 10th Planet to the Power of the Doctor. So yes, thank you very much for watching this collection update. I'll see you next time for more snazzy Doctor Who related content. So thank you very much again, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.